Hi. Oh. Hi. 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 Oh. So my name is Drew Monson, and I have had an Instagram account since I was 16 years old. I realized that the other day. That is crazy to me. I know some of you might be thinking, okay, you've had an Insta for 2 years, big whoopee. You don't get it. I'm not 18. That's just my aura. I'm literally, I don't know how to say this, 27. Wait, why are you crying? But because there's so much on there, I thought it would be funny to just go through the archives. I was scrolling through the other day and there's a lot going on there. Some of it confuses me, some of it scares me, some of it I don't even know how to talk about, but I'm gonna try. Some of it makes me feel beautiful, I'll be honest. Some of it makes you feel beautiful. So this could help. By the way, before I move any further, I just wanna say, just being totally honest here, I have new merch, look. Turtle shirt, bird shirt, turtle sweater, bird sweater, bird sweater. This has a hood too, by the way, but take your beanies off first. Let's not get carried away. This one's my favorite, by the way. Also, it comes in a shirt. Go on the website. There's different colors and stuff. Also, these shirts are the comfortable shirts. They're not like the scratchy ones. So these are all a pre-order, so if you want them, you have to get it in the next 2 or 3 weeks unless I do another run of them. I know it's hot outside right now and it's a silly time to sell sweaters, but I'm trying my best and you know that's what I do. I can't stop doing that. Turtle shirt, bird shirt, turtle sweater, bird. It's so weird, by the way, having like a ton of Instagram pictures to look back on. I almost feel like it's sort of an old person thing now. I feel like younger people just have like 3 pictures and all of them are kind of scary. It's like, what is that? Is that the bottom of their desk? Is that a CD? Is that an owl? Did they die? Sometimes I'll look at my notifications. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but someone will be liking all of my pictures like years and years. Like their finger probably hurts. And I'll almost feel like they're threatening me. It almost feels like a power move. Like, yeah, I'm doing a deep dive, baby. Watch out. And I just want to say, by the way, I don't mind. Have at it. Go do what you need to do. Who knows? You might find something you like. The other reason I'm doing this, by the way, keep this in mind, is I want to simulate right now having a crush on myself. Because what do you do when you're attracted to somebody? You go all the way back. You get to know them. You take a step into the time machine. You go so far back. You know when you go so far back into someone's Instagram pictures that at a certain point, they start having this like very distinctive 2012 kind of androidish quality to them. And you're like, wow, we used to put up with this? Like that was a picture? And also, oh yeah, people used to have those bangs. Huh, I remember those bangs. Bang, bang, baby. I love you. And you get to that point where the pictures are like 455 weeks ago and it's like, no, that can't be right. Like they didn't have the internet in the 1700s. I didn't even realize there had been that many weeks. And you start thinking about like, what week am I on right now? Like how many weeks do I have left? What a weird way to categorize time, by the way. Have you ever thought about that? Like, why are we all just letting Instagram group things into weeks? I don't want them to. No one else on earth does that. No one's like, this is my son, he's 90 weeks old. You'd be like, okay, is he a selfie? All right, enough stalling, let's go. There's 606 total posts on here, by the way. That's like at least 312 too many. I hate doing this, by the way. This is taking forever. Why have I been alive for so long? This one says, I just want to be pretty, and I've got a little bow in my hair. I probably stole that bow hair tie thing from someone in class, like some girl, like, hey, can I take a selfie with this? And they're like, Drew, just shut up, fine. You can have one photo with the bow. By the way, I'm sure I was like being sarcastic when I wrote that caption, like, I just want to be pretty, but looking back with like 10 years of hindsight, I do look pretty. Like, that's kind of a beautiful selfie. Like, honestly, mission accomplished, old me. And also, sorry for everything that's about to happen to you, except for a few things. And nice headband. Thank you. This one is actually kind of scary to me. Like, why would I do that? That's like for real risky. Like, that's a lot of dice. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking about how that could have gone a completely different way. Like, if I was startled in that moment, which by the way, I'm very startleable. If my mom had walked in like, want some more bagel? Like, just all the way down my gullet. Found dead with a glove on my head. By the way, if you look at the top of that picture, there's a glove on my head for no reason at all. Oh, that's interesting. I took a photograph of my Papa John's pizza box that had an advertisement for Taylor Swift's Red on it. That feels very vintage at this point. That's almost like saying I was in World War I. Oh, this is the selfie I took after getting my wisdom teeth taken out. I was heavily medicated. I was feeling good. Like, you can tell, like, in that moment, in my head, like, that's the best I've ever looked in my entire life. In reality, I look like a tired, thirsty dog at the end of their walk. But up here, I'm Oscar Isaac, baby. By the way, maybe I'm just looking for an answer right now because of my current mental state, but what if that's the moment everything went wrong? Like, maybe I should have just kept my wisdom teeth in. Like, what if they were the glue holding everything together? Should I track them down? Do you think they still have them? Should I call the dentist? Should I vlog it? Should I put him back in myself? With glue and scissors, honey. I imagine the dentist still has them. I'm a YouTuber, you know what I mean? That'd be like just, you know, tossing Austin Butler's pearly whites. Like, you're not a dum-dum. Dishwashing liquid. I remember this. All over my face. Are you ready? Here yeah. See, I don't know exactly what was going on with me at that moment. I could have blinded myself. I remember like I would have these moments where my energy was just, there'd be this like ball of fire inside of me and I had to get it out somehow. And it would happen by like pouring dishwashing liquid on my face and showing everybody me doing that and just seeing what happened. And then I would always inevitably wake up a day later like, what did I do? See, this was from the same day. This was a big day for me. I remember this song. But they do, but they do. This is like, how do you pause? You can't pause an Instagram video. Literally all you can do is mute it and it just keeps looking at you. That's a horrible feature. This is a lot like, you know those videos that are called like Mark Wahlberg looks back at the most iconic characters from his film career. But for me, the characters are just like guy who puts toothpaste on his face and won't apologize for it for a second. And I'm like, I remember this day on set. I'll be honest, when I got the script, I didn't get it. It didn't click for me, but I knew there was something there, and it took showing up and being handed that tube of minty. It's weird because like with my old pictures, I can't remember when I was like being scary on purpose because I thought it was funny to be scary, and when I genuinely thought I was like being attractive or like aloof. Again, I don't want to beat up on myself, but that is a murderous expression. Like I look like I'm about to explode. Maybe I should have. Kidding, he's nice. I remember this one actually. The caption here is Penelope Cruz and I. This was from journalism class, senior year. It was such like a laid back, we just like flip through magazines and watch movies all day. And I found this picture of the actress Penelope Cruz and I was like, do you guys think I look like her? And my friends actually agreed. That made me feel really good. People also say I look like Lea Michele sometimes, but not to roast her, I don't feel as complimented by that. By the way, if you zoom in there, you can see that I have a single thumbnail painted. I did that like all throughout high school. I thought it was groundbreaking. Maybe it was at the time. It was fun though. My friend and I called it The One, and she'd be like, do you want to do The One tomorrow? And I'd tell her like what color to bring, and the next day at lunch we'd have our snack and then paint The One. Also, no self-hate, but someone asked me recently like, did you ever have acne as a teenager? And I was like, I don't think so. And they were like, wow, lucky. Looking at this picture right now, I guess I forgot, because not even like in a critical way, that's a bumpy forehead. Like I'm just calling it like I see it. I didn't even realize I went through that. That's something else to add to the list. Oh, this says thanks to everyone that voted for me. I think I lost that. That was my trophy. I won Best Comedian in my hometown of Modesto, California in 2012, I think. I don't know if I talk about this that much, but when I was in high school, I kind of did stand up, but just like locally. I remember what happened, by the way. You could like vote for it online, and I had like, you know, 25, 30,000 YouTube subscribers even in high school. Not to brag, but I like tweeted it out to like my fans and I was like, please, I want to win this award. And when I won, the Modesto like comedian community, which by the way, they were all like 15 years older than me, they got so mad. I remember I went on Facebook that night and they were like, comedy in Modesto has officially gone downhill. And it was clearly about me. And I was like, I'm trying my best. Do you even realize I've got acne? And then I forgot about this. I put this on my Instagram too. The official like Modesto Twitter account or something wrote, best comedy goes to 17-year-old Drew Monson. That is one goofy looking young man. I suppose that's the point, smiley face? Why would they say that? That's crazy to me. That's like if, you know, Billie Eilish won a Grammy, I think she has, and at the Grammys on Twitter tweeted like, good job, Billie Eilish, you weirdo, stupid, I hate you, you don't look so good. Billie would sue. So should I. I should sue Billie Eilish, honestly, just for the press. This is a screenshot or a repost from the account Ratchet Memes in 2014 posted, puberty didn't hit him like a truck. Puberty patted him on the back and said, sorry bud, and walked away. I don't even know how this happened. Like, I don't know if the guy behind Ratchet Memes went back into my Instagram and collected 2 pictures to contrast them and say that I became ugly. And I posted it and tried to act like I was in on the joke and thought it was just as funny as everybody else. Like in high school when somebody would call me gay in front of the whole class and I'd have to be like, stop. I remember having conversations with like multiple friends, like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't want to be called ugly and for that to go viral. Like, I remember thinking like, I'm not just ugly, like it's relatable that I'm ugly. Like it's universally agreed upon that I look worse than I did when I was a child. And I was already telling myself that before and after going to the bathroom. When you look at that, you know that thing in the bathroom, it looks like you. What is it, Mirror? I remember my friend trying to make me feel better about it. They were like, Drew, that second picture, you're clearly not even trying to look good, so it's not a fair comparison. And I was like, that kind of makes me feel better, but also excuse me? One of my first pictures is from September 24th, 2012, but this photograph is older. This is me and my sister. That's at least a little bit sweet, right? At least a little bit. It says, the fact that I didn't even bother to take out my retainer for this old portrait with my sister just shows exactly how long I've been de-gaffing hard. What does that even mean, by the way? Like, why would I take out my retainer for a picture? Who would expect that? It's supposed to capture who you are in that moment. And I was a retainer boy. Why did my sister and I have a portrait taken together? Like, it looks so professional. I feel like it makes my family look a lot more normal than we actually were. Like, what is that? Did we star on a sitcom together? What's happening? Retainers were so nasty, by the way, because you know they gave you that little case that like came with the retainer so you didn't get your slobber everywhere? But I treated that thing much like I treat like the little bag that your Bluetooth headphones comes in. I'm just like, we don't need this. This is a piece of trash. I would just like place my wet retainer on top of a book from the library. Like, who cares at all? That is my sister, by the way. If you didn't know this about me, hi, my name's Drew Monson. I have an older sister with blonde hair and blue eyes, and she was a cheerleader and a lot more popular than me. And that's fine. This is my Halloween costume. Tell me if you get this, because nobody did at the time. I was Cherwolf. I remember thinking that was so funny because it says on my dress, I taped pieces of paper that said, do you believe in life after love? And if you're young, you're gonna have to look that one up. Cher is an Armenian singer and she's very good. It was my last year trick-or-treating and my dad was judging me because I was like, I'm still 17, I'm not an adult yet, this isn't weird. And he was like, it kind of is. And I went from house to house with my one friend and they were like, who are you? And I was like, Cherwolf. And they all went, here's a Reese's, whatever. We didn't have like a ton of Halloween costume money when I was a kid. We had some, but like, look at the scale in the back of that picture. Like, that's not a high-end scale. That's like from the side of the road. I didn't even know how to use, why did we have that? I don't know how to use that. I'm not a nurse. I posted on Instagram like every day, sometimes twice a day in October 2012. That's admirable, honestly. Like, it's a little bit nuts, but also like, I'm scared to post on Instagram now. I don't know about you, but like, whenever I'm gonna post an Instagram picture, I'm very worried that everyone I know is gonna turn against me. I'm serious. This is just a picture of me holding pixie sticks and it says, handing these out to ladies today. I can't even tell if that's funny. It's definitely not true. I definitely ate all of those, just shook those into my mouth, but also like ripped. Do you ever eat the wrapper? I feel like the paper on the pixie stick has to be at least half edible, right? Like they would be in jail by now if it wasn't. Some of these are so weird. I'm deleting them. I should not have had access to the internet when I was 16 years old. I thought I was like Daniel Tosh or something. This one from 2013 is actually kind of funny. The caption is, wearing my new necklace, smiley face. It's a little small, but I love it so much, heart. Hashtag necklace, hashtag my new necklace, hashtag beauty, hashtag money, hashtag steak. I can't lie, by the way, like that is the best picture I think I've ever taken and will ever take. Like, look at those chompers. Like, that retainer was absolutely worth it. I don't like this one. There's something about my vibe here that doesn't feel good to me. Like the ironic thumbs up and the messy hair, trying so hard. I don't want to be horrible to myself, but we can admit, like, you don't want to sit next to him on the bus. Like, he's in too good of a mood, you know? Picture of my turtle in an Easter basket. I remember thinking this would go viral for some reason. I probably shouldn't have put my reptile through that. Only 800 likes, by the way. That seems uncalled for. 9 comments, let's see. Someone looks like they didn't get their coffee, LOL. That's not funny. Why would I give my turtle caffeine? Her tiny heart would would explode. Are you a genius? I mean, a monster? Here's a mirror picture of me in a Halloween vest. By the way, when I say mirror picture, I don't mean like M-E-R-E. Like, it's not just a mirror picture. It's a lot more than that, actually. That's definitely the best my side bang has ever looked. I had a side bang for like 4.5 years too long, and I would perfectly situate it like for pictures. But the second like even a mosquito nearby moved, like everything was over. Let me clear something up about this one, by the way. This one is an advertisement for an Omegle video I made in 2014. I made 2 videos of myself back in the day of me going on Omegle, which is a website you can talk to strangers on video chat and stuff. They were very funny. They had a lot of views. People still ask me to this day about them because I deleted both of them. And I never really answer because it's a weird situation for me. The reason I deleted or privated both of those videos is because I didn't ask anyone in them for permission for them to be in a YouTube video. They didn't know that I was filming them. And I was getting comments like, hey, my friend is in this, I'm in this, I don't want to be in this video, can you take it down? And I felt really bad, and you're not supposed to do that. I think it's morally wrong to film people, and a lot of them were like being mean to me, or they looked bad, and like that was kind of the point of the videos. Like I was getting bullied and I was like turning it around on them, but I still felt really uncomfortable with the fact that I did that, and they're gone. You can't find them. I will admit, and maybe this makes me sound bad after explaining that, somebody emailed me during my last YouTube hiatus and was like really convincingly saying that their sister and them used to really find joy in those videos, and they're removed now and they're both going through a hard time, and like I think offering me money, and I was like, I needed money at the time, and I was like, how much? Which could have been a sting operation, honestly, by one of the people in those videos. But I did end up just sending it to them. So those videos are gone forever. I don't think you can find them anywhere unless you're this one girl and her sister. It's interesting looking back at these, by the way, like the timing of some of them. There'll be like 3-month gaps between posting, and I know because I'm me, there was like family stuff and my living situation changed and all these traumatic events going on, but the next post back, I'll just be like holding a bag of Cheetos with my shirt off, like, hi daddy. I'm like being silly, but you can also tell that I genuinely think it's at least kind of good, you know, when someone does that. I sound like a minion. By the way, I didn't put this in my video because I think I'm gonna delete it, so maybe it'll be gone by the time I put this up tomorrow. My first... Here's a bagel bite selfie, not even close to being sponsored. That's horrible quality. That's what I'm talking about, by the way. Like, did I wipe my camera lens down with the tomato sauce from a bagel bite before taking that? We all deserved better, all of us. It's because I straight up had a Windows phone. I had a Windows phone. Do you know what that is? Just texting honeys on the Windows XP wrapped around my neck. I don't know what that means. This is an old picture I posted of me as a Cub Scout. Are you surprised that I was a Cub and a Boy Scout, or can you tell? I look shockingly just like a normal, annoying kid there. Also, my body posture is surprisingly similar. Someone commented on this one, by the way. Get ready for it. 417 weeks ago, you know what they said? Looked cutier when he was younger, no offense. And I'm here to say, 417 weeks later, offense all the way taken. Offense taken for each and every 417 of those weeks. Every Monday, I'm like, this is a picture of me and YouTuber Tyler Oakley. That, looking at the body language there, by the way, we've almost become one person. Like, there's not one part of us that isn't touching right there. Wow. Like, I know we were like being goofy in that moment and like, haha, wouldn't it be funny if we caressed each other? But like, that also looks like true intimacy. Like, you can't fake that. I don't think I've touched anyone like that for a long, long time. I made a video with Colleen Ballinger. Huh, what a life. What a life I've led, eating pizza. I'm joking, I do remember that day though, because I was at a time in my life, I'm just remembering now, I was constantly ordering fast food delivery, but like to people's houses that I didn't know that well. Like, I remember I was at her house and I just like got hungry and I didn't have any shame. I was like, okay, there's gonna be some fries showing up here in 45 minutes, a couple Frosties, don't mind me. And I'm just like eating them handfuls at a time just at a mansion. I also remember, she'd probably hate if I said this, but I couldn't get over the fact that she knew Ariana Grande. Like, that was mind-blowing to me. And it doesn't mean that I knew Ariana Grande, but it also means that like, I know Ariana Grande more than you do. right? Like even just a little bit, and I still don't, like, but I wouldn't, like, I could have taken her phone and called Ariana Grande. I couldn't, I'd be arrested, but I could have. It's an interesting thing to look back on in my life, by the way, like making collab videos. I did it a lot with like YouTubers I didn't really know that well. And it's strange, like being far removed from it. I'm only now realizing what a interesting social situation that is. Like it's almost more uncomfortable than like a first date. Cause I'd like Uber there, I've never met them a lot of the time. You show up and there's like this small talk kind of intro awkwardness you have to get past, because you don't just like walk in and like start the camera, ring light, let's go. But you're like also not hanging out. Like it's technically like a work meeting in a weird way. Anyway, well, I brought the chapsticks. Great. I brought the sodas, and we can guess. All right, ready? I'm ready. It's almost like, you know, if you're dating somebody and you meet their parents, but then they go to the bathroom and you're just there with their parents and you're just trying to find anything. You're just like, couches. What a couch. This is a couch. Leather. By the way, can I just call myself out for a second here? I made a video in January 2016 called Trying Girl Things, Pedicures. I thought that I was at least a little bit progressive back then. Trying girl thing. Only girls are allowed to have nice clean feet at the salon. I mean, looking at my feet right now, that might be true. What am I, Logan Paul? I'm like, dude, my face. Bro, boys aren't supposed to do this. This picture's a classic. This is me in front of a sign at the library that says this area is reserved for teens. I took that picture, I had someone take it of me while we were on a first date at the library for some reason. And I remember thinking this is my last opportunity to take an accurate picture next to this sign because I was about to turn 20. The fact that I made someone take that of me on our first date, it says a lot about me, and I'm not sure if it's good or bad. We did actually end up dating for a while, so I guess it must have been charming. That's the problem, by the way, I think, with dating someone whose job is social media, is you do stuff like that. Like no matter what, you at least kind of become their intern. And like from the other side, like you feel bad about it, but you also can't help yourself. You're constantly like, babe, please, I swear, just 3 more with me next to this small dog. People love small dogs and my engagement is down. You can't argue with both of those facts. Something like this, I don't even know what I'm going for. Like, is it comedy? Is it interesting? Like, I think I was so desperate to pump out new photo content that the second I had like an object, I'd be like, let's... Also, I think it's that I've never been great at like hanging out with other people on a consistent basis. So while other people might post like a picture of them with their friends at the beach, I'm like, here's me in a Humpty Dumpty tote bag in the bathroom. I have nothing to do tonight. It's Friday. Mother, fetch my green headphones. It's time to take a picture. I don't remember what this is. Hey, I want to let you know this is not a beard. I've just been shaving my dad and I've been gluing his hair to my face! Oh my god. See, if Ratchet Memes knew what they were doing at all, this is the screenshot they would have had for my glow down. Me with my fat daddy shirt and Ellen on top of my Christmas tree. Self-explanatory. If you can't figure this one out, you need serious help. Somebody gave me that Ellen head at VidCon, by the way. I don't remember why. I think I asked. I was like, why do you have this and why is it mine now? And they were like, well, that's me. And I looked up. It was her. Full on Ellen in the flesh in front of me. All of her flesh. Every piece of Ellen's skin. She looked at me. She was playing with her bright blonde hair and she said, you're coming to my mansion tonight. You're giving me a personal dollar store haul whether you like it or not. I said, Ellen, I was playing with my brunette hair. I said, Ellen, I've got a meet and greet. I can't do this right now. She went, honey, so do I. She turns around. 5,000 mamas. I like making videos. By the way, this picture looks like one of those pictures that someone takes of their partner while they're sleeping and then posts on National Boyfriend Day. I 100% took that of myself, slapped a fire border on either side, just to feel something. See, that's fun. I remember this. I was at Smart and Final. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know if that's dancing, by the way. Part of me thinks that dancing is just getting on the ground. At all. This one, again with the fire border. I don't like this one, by the way. There's something extremely like damp, I guess would be the word I'd use. It looks like something that you would see like in your bedroom at 4 a.m. Like you just woke up, you're like, what time is it? It's not a sleep paralysis demon, like you're fully conscious, but you can't tell just for a second if it's like your jacket draped over your chair or if it's, you know, the creature that's about to consume you. When someone ignores you and then finally answers and then you ignore them for a longer period of time, Number one, I don't think that I do that, at least on purpose. I feel like I always tell myself that I'm going to do that, like, oh, get ready. Once you write me back, I'm gonna wait 4 hours. But then the second that they're like, hi, I'm like, hi. I also don't know what that caption has to do with me, like, in business casual clothing, in, like, Zen bird formation. What is it about this that relates to toxic texting etiquette? Sound off in the comments. This is a classic outfit for me. I literally just realized, because I wore the same thing. My mom, what is it? It's like a disposable, like full body poncho. It's like a rain suit or something, but it also looks like something that you somebody in. Point is, I like just wore that same thing in a video recently and thought it was my first time, and now I'm learning, no, I already did that 7 years ago. Nothing ever changes. Again, not trying to roast myself, but I will say in this picture, what comes up for me is my hair. I would describe my hair here as it looks hard to brush. Does that make sense? Like even with your fingers, if you'd meet a dead end right away, it would be like, oh! I'm starting to get a little bit insecure, by the way. I don't know if this will make sense, but these are like the screenshots that I would take to promo the video right after I posted it. And now when I post those, there's like 500 views after half an hour. And here there was 21,887. I wonder if I have all those same leg hairs, by the way. Like, do you think any of them have changed? That's interesting to me. But I will say for myself, I personally feel like I'm at a creative peak right now. Like I feel closer and more proud of the humor that my videos have mixed with the seriousness. And looking back at those videos, I've talked about this before, they're too nasty. There's too much watch one of my videos from 2015. It's kind of gross. I'm very interested in the shape of my glasses around this period. I think those were kind of like in, but I've also always had a hard time knowing what is in. It reminds me, like, you ever look back at like SNL clips from like 2010 where Bill Hader, he's got glasses, like everybody's glasses were like very much just like a little strip across their eyes. I don't know what I'm talking about, just the evolution of male celebrity glasses on film and television. Just guy stuff. If you guys ever want me to explore this topic in a video essay, let me know. I'm honestly down for whatever. This one actually makes me laugh. I forgot I wrote this. It's me with a bowl of mac and cheese and like a Diet Coke. I'm saying I had so much fun at this party. Just the idea of me like making all the mac and just at a party. Drew, what are you doing? I didn't have dinner yet. I'm nervous and this soothes me. Why don't you go to the bathroom, sir? A picture like this, by the way, I mean, when I would hang out with like exclusively YouTubers, which now I have a policy, I won't do that. I actually saw a YouTuber last night in my backyard. They were kind of scurrying around trying to get into my trash. You know how they are. I turned the porch light on. All of a sudden they zoomed out of there. They're scared. But there would be these like photo shoots. It almost, I mean, it is kind of sweet looking back because it's kind of like something you would do like at a sleepover in 5th grade. And I think a lot of content creators are emotionally stunted. Just like having my hair done with my friends and then, oh my gosh, yes. And like deciding on the best picture and then let me turn the sharpness up. Ooh, no, let me get the lighting right. But looking back, it's like, I don't need that. Like, what is that doing for anyone? How many comments does it have? Let's look. Let's see what it did for people. I'd hit it. Okay. Okay, but like if you cut your hair, you wouldn't look bad at all. Still do you though. If you like it long, keep it long. I'm just trying to tell you that you look good no matter what. I'm sorry. No, you're not. I'm just getting angry about a 325 weeks ago. I would always, especially then, get those comments, like people wanting to queer eye me or something. Like, Drew, I honestly, there's nothing wrong with you, but if you just please put on a flannel, cut your hair, change a few things about your personality, I really think we could make something happen with you in the real world. I remember this, I really made lemonade out of lemons here because my glasses broke in the morning and it was so upsetting, but I realized that the way in which they broke, you know, I could make it look like they were going through my nose. And I think like at least 5 people were like, wait, how did that happen? Like there's always somebody who's really stupid. Can you imagine if that was real? I'm just like on the news. They're like, here he is. I'm like, Drew, tell us about what happened. I don't know. Wow, I forgot I did this. I put a childhood photo of myself in a pot of mac and cheese, which is really just a part of growing up. Like I shouldn't have done that, by the way. Like that's an original. Like that's the 2x3 that my parents paid for on picture day. Those things are not cheap. Do you remember how expensive? It was crazy. They used to charge like $89 for a wallet photo of your son. And that was like 2004. With inflation, I can't imagine what it costs to keep your son in your wallet. Speaking of having your son in your wallet, do you think that any gas station in the country, like just to be fun, one time would accept a photo of baby Drew Monson as legal tender? If you were like, can I pay for the diesel with this, my good sir? And they'd be like, okay, let's pretend it's a Visa, but just this once. I still feel bad about this, by the way. By the way, my bathroom looks nice. There's something about the door, like the texture of that door. I don't have that door texture anymore. I got a flat door now. But I remember I found that shirt at Goodwill, and I thought it was funny. I just always wanted like comfortable white shirts. But I thought like, oh, I'm clearly not this person. Like this is the type of thing that someone who goes to the gym and talks about the grind would wear. And I took a picture with it and I said, probably the biggest lie I've ever found at Goodwill, that every day is successful. And I got a DM from like an influencer. It was his merch and he's like, hey, can we talk? And I never responded to it. He was like a fitness influencer. I think he just wanted to collaborate though. He just wanted to spot me, honestly. I can't lie, there's something, I can't stop looking at this one. There's something powerful about it. There's something about it that makes me feel like I'm looking into the sun. What if that was the new sun, that picture? Everyone's like, don't look into the Drew directly. They just changed the name of the sun into the Drew. My dad's like, yeah, tell me about it. That is the sun. Everyone's like, stop. See, I don't remember my life. Like, where was I in it? Like, why is there a walking stick against the wall? I'm like in a dirty warehouse. There's a long ottoman. I've got a tambourine. I'm not lying to you. I don't know what happened to me. Was I kidnapped and just making the most of it? Like, I'm just kidding, by the way. I think my mom lived there. It was a nice place. Okay, this, I don't mean to self-diagnose, even though I do, but I would classify these 3 videos of me dancing to Maroon 5 in a row in 2016 that I posted called I Love You, Adam Levine Parts 1, 2, and 3. I would call them a manic episode. I obviously can't play the song for copyright reasons, but you at home, the viewer, can turn on This Love by Maroon 5 on your streaming service of choice, sync it with this, and have some fun. I'll wait. Go ahead. Are you enjoying yourself? How are you, by the way? This one I look like Salt Bae. I can't lie about that. That is straight up Salt Bae browsing a menu. I remember, like, you ever look so good in a picture, but it's also like, it's clearly not you. Like something in the universe happened, and with angles and lighting and the scrunchiness of your... Wow. No, I don't know. Can I just say, for this one, I think that I would have been a good Pennywise in the new It movies. If you've seen them, the guy who plays the evil clown Pennywise, he is good. He's mostly relying on like the sounds coming out of his lips, which I feel like was kind of a Heath Ledger Dark Knight thing. He just turned the volume all the way up on his mouth. And I actually enjoyed his performance, but I saw that same actor, Bill Skarsgård or whatever, in something else. It was the worst acting I've ever seen. I don't know why I had to say that. What if he was watching this right now? He's like, seriously?
I love Skrillex. Is there a new Skrillex album coming out?
This makes me sad. You ever see a picture of yourself with a shirt that you don't have anymore because you bought it even though it was too small because you really liked the graphic on it, but you knew you were only going to get one use out of it because eventually you're just going to put it in your closet and you're like, I'm not wearing that. It's too tight and I respect myself. I don't want to be uncomfortable my entire life. That's me in this McFlurry shirt that I found on eBay. Rest in peace, and I hope whoever has you now is happy, and I hope you guys are happy together. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. Okay, I think I'm done. This has been a lot for me. Not like to the point where you should feel bad for me, but to the point where I have some stuff to think about. I didn't do all of them though. I could do a part 2 of this. Let me know if it was fun for someone like you. I feel like, by the way, I have a guitar now. I never post on this channel anymore. I normally post on my second channel if you haven't gone to that. But remember I used to sing a song at the end of these ones? It's been like a couple months, so it's not like remember when. But it goes, leave me a comment, I'm very lonely. Remember that? Yeah, still rings true, please. Leave me comment, I'm very lonely. Leave me a comment, I'm very lonely. We looked at our fair share of pictures of little me. Okay, turtle splashing. Little me, I was gonna say we looked at our fair share of pictures of little me. So leave me a comment, I'm very. Drew with the tambourine, thank you. Lonely. Leave me a comment, I'm very lonely. Leave me a comment, I'm very lonely. How long would you watch if I just kept doing that? How committed are you as a fan? 3 more and you become a stan. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm like, need to eat. Can you see that? I'm hungry. That was a hunger song. There was pure hunger in that melody. Did you notice? I filmed this video over the course of like 5 days. My beard has grown. I put on the same shirt every time I haven't washed it. It smells nasty. Speaking of nasty. Okay, I am hungry. Should I have chicken or turkey? No, you can't decide for me. I've already done it if you're watching this, I've already picked.